You're listening to the Life Upgrade Lab, home of the Fresh Start Files. I'm Julie Hernandez, pharmacist, life coach, and your partner in real-life growth experiments. Lab coats and gloves optional, glitter goggles encouraged. Let's grab our glitter goggles, friend. We'll open today's file and get started. It's 2:30 a.m. You've woken up and you're thinking, other women seem to manage life just fine. Why does this feel so hard for me? What if the reason life feels heavier right now isn't because you're failing, but because you are over your current capacity load? Today, we're opening Fresh Start File number 5, Capacity. Why life feels heavier. Welcome back to the Life Upgrade Lab, home of the Fresh Start Files, where we examine real-life struggles and build small upgrades that lead to lasting change. I'm Julie Hernandez, pharmacist and life coach. And today, we're talking about something so many women judge themselves for without realizing. Capacity. Glitter lab goggles on. Let's investigate. Case background. Capacity shows up in your thoughts like, why can't I handle this? Why am I so tired now? I shouldn't need this much rest. Other women seem to juggle everything. Why do I feel so overwhelmed? Instead of asking what changed, we assume something is wrong with us. Capacity isn't character. It's not spiritual maturity. It's not strength. It's context plus the season of life you're in plus load. It's a container. It holds something. Evidence review from our brain and life reality. From the brain and the nervous system, our capacity is affected by the stress load that we're under, our emotional processing and our ability to emotionally process. And we can increase that, which means we can increase our capacity. So that's good news. It's also affected by our decision fatigue. I'll go over that in a minute. Let me just give you the other two. Capacity is affected by unresolved grief or transitions, and it's affected by our ongoing responsibilities. So back to decision fatigue. In case you don't know what that is, there are people who they've pared down their closet to only have certain colors like white, black, and gray, or white, black, and blue, and they only have a certain few pieces, and it makes their life so much easier to decide. They don't have to pick, what color do I need to go with this color or this or that? Have you heard about, there's certain famous people who do that. I know Steve Jobs was one of them. He would have all the same clothes. I think it was turtlenecks, like black turtlenecks and jeans. And then he didn't have to make a decision about what he was going to wear because all of his clothes were the same. So he just got another one out of the closet and wore the same outfit every day. That's how he avoided decision fatigue. He didn't get fatigued from having to make decisions on what to wear. He saved his brain power for other decisions. Our nervous system has a limit. When that limit is reached, even small tasks feel heavy. That doesn't mean we're weak. All humans have a limit on our nervous system. The limit is shaped by our experiences. Let's review our scripture about this. Matthew 11:28. Jesus says, "Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Isaiah 40:31. Our strength is renewed, not forced. And Ecclesiastes 3 reminds us that seasons change. So does capacity. Capacity changes. If you feel depleted, there is hope. We can learn to grow our capacity. And by the way, capacity actually can be decreased as well. Recently, Alyssa Liu was talking about her return to figure skating. She just won the gold medal for ladies figure skating in the Olympics. And she was talking about how she took, I can't remember if it was a year and a half or 2 years off. When she came back, she said she would be able to do one jump or maybe two, and then she'd have to take a 10-minute rest. Her capacity had way decreased because she hadn't been continually keeping her capacity muscle to do the exercise up. And if you go to the gym and then you stop going for a while and then you go back, you'll find that as well. Your capacity won't be the same as what it was when you stopped going. Here's our key reframe. Capacity isn't fixed, but it must be realized before it can be expanded. You must realize you have capacity before you can expand it. You don't build capacity by pushing harder. You build it by stabilizing, simplifying, and strengthening slowly. Just like in the gym and physical training, we don't start with heavier weights. We start with what we can lift well. Let's say you can go to the gym and you can do 5-pound weights in each hand. Once you do your reps and you work out with those 5-pound weights, and then you decide to try the 7-pound weight or the 10-pound weight, the 5-pound weights feel easier and lighter after time, but then the 10-pound weights feel like more of a challenge, right? And why is that? Did the 5-pound weight get lighter? No. It's still 5 pounds. You've just increased your capacity by doing your reps, by putting your reps in. Here's our lab experiment. Experiment number 5, capacity inventory. This week, ask yourself some questions. Number 1, what's currently draining my energy the most? So this will have to be journal prompts. Number 2, what am I doing out of obligation instead of alignment? So in other words, have I asked the Lord, did you give me this assignment, or am I just doing it out of some felt obligation? Number 3, what would enough look like in this season? Then when you're done evaluating those, choose one thing to lighten, pause, or simplify. Small relief creates room to rebuild. Your protocol, rebuilding capacity gently. Let's look at your capacity care for this protocol. Number 1, name your current capacity honestly without judgment. Can you handle everything on your schedule? Can you handle all the things that have come at you? Has something happened in your life that is overwhelming your time or overwhelming your emotions and it feels like it's too much? You have too many plates in the air? Name all that and don't judge yourself. It's just a circumstance. That's it. It's neutral. There's no judgment and there's no shame. So I don't want you to feel that. I want you to release yourself from judging anything that's going on and your ability to handle it or not. Number 2, stop comparing to old versions of you. Just like Alyssa, she had to rebuild her capacity to go back to where she was and beyond. Number 3, build slowly. Consistency over intensity. You put your reps in consistently. Make a promise to yourself. That's what we should be doing as Christians. Instead of goals and setting goals, we should be setting intentions. Here's my daily intention. I'm going to do this and this and this today. Write it down. When we write things down, our brain works on them throughout the day and wants to get them done. When we just think, here's what I want to do, it often doesn't happen. Sometimes I'll write stuff for the week, and then if I don't write it for that day, it doesn't happen. Even though I intended and I had it on my weekly plan, and I wrote it down, it doesn't happen because I didn't put it on that day and my brain wasn't thinking that it was that important because I didn't write it down. So I want you to write down your daily intentions of what you're going to do to build your capacity in whatever area. Your capacity expands when safety is restored. A lot of times we don't feel safe because we get overwhelmed if something suddenly hits us and we are already at capacity and then we've got to take care of this emergent thing. We don't feel safe. We are able to expand our capacity when we are able to lighten or pause or simplify something else and come back to it later and make room for that emergent thing, whatever it is. Here's your lab report. If life feels heavier right now, it's not because you're failing. It's because your capacity bucket is carrying more than you realize. God isn't disappointed in your limits. He meets you inside them. He's aware of our weaknesses and He knows them. If this episode gave you permission to breathe, stay with me. We're building lives that fit, not lives that crush us. Follow, subscribe, and share so you and your friends don't miss the next Fresh Start file. The lab is open.
Thanks for joining me inside the Life Upgrade Lab. Experiments may get messy, but progress is still progress. If today's case file helped you, follow the show, leave a review, or share it with a friend who needs a fresh start. Until next time, keep your glitter goggles close and keep upgrading your life.